because there's news coming in on the communication space, in the telecom space. We've got Telecom Minister Jyotiradityascindia Scindia, who has said that satellite spectrum cannot be auctioned on account of technical and operational reasons. To tell you about exactly what he is saying and what the context is, I'm joined by Varun Gakar, my colleague from New Delhi. Varun, what can you tell us about this?
That's right. Hi, thanks. So what basically Mr. Jyotiradityascindia is saying, that there's a science and there's a distinction behind terrestrial and non-terrestrial networks. So basically what he's saying is that as far as terrestrial networks are concerned, when you're auctioning at a lower frequency, it is much easier to do that from a physics and basically a practical standpoint. So because it is possible because you can allot to an XYZ, a Bharti or Geo, a terrestrial network, and no one else can use that frequency for that matter, apart from a Bharti or a Geo for that matter. And when you get into a satellite spectrum, the LEO space or the MEO, which is the medium Earth orbit and the low Earth orbit spectrum, that spectrum is a shared spectrum, and that at that height and at that level, it cannot be allocated to one particular person, and therefore auctions are not feasible in that space. So basically satellite spectrums in the Ku and Ka band, which are over and above 13 gigahertz and going over and above 27 gigahertz in the Ka band, are inherently shareable in nature, and therefore it is neither desirable nor feasible to allocate them through auctions. And therefore, given that the satellite space is highly underutilized as of now, if the government fails to allocate it administratively, it would result in a potential loss to the exchequer, and it would basically put us behind in bridging the technological divide that exists as of now. And even during this year's Indian Mobile Congress that took place in September, Mr. Jyotiradityascindia Scindia had categorically stated that no country in the world auctions satellite spectrum space, and that everyone is allocating it administratively, and we as a country would not be doing anything different in this space.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Thanks so much, Varun, for getting us those details. Of course, we're speaking at a time when Elon Musk's Starlink is making waves across the world, providing this very service. The European Union, as of yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, has announced that it is making a sizable investment, over 10 billion euro, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check that number exactly, to provide a counter to what is possibly being provided by Elon Musk. This is something that they intend to set up, a satellite network around the world over the course of the next 7 years or so, culminating in 2030.